Hello everybody, what is going on? Today we're looking at the Asus ROG Ally again, but we're going to be doing some benchmarks today. In this video specifically, we're going to be looking at Modern Warfare 2. That's the 2022 remake or re-release or whatever you want to call it. And in subsequent videos, we're going to be looking at Fortnite and Exoprimal specifically. These are the first three we're going to do because these are all games that require anti-cheat and wouldn't work on a Steam Deck unless you use dual boot to access Windows. So I really want to see how these games perform, because if you're getting a device like this, the reason you're getting it over a Steam Deck is because it can play games like these and it can play them at competitive FPS. So without further ado, let's get right into Modern Warfare 2. And if you heard the fan earlier, this is why we are running Modern Warfare 2 in the background here. So we are going to be running at 720p. Now, see, the reason the fans kicked in is because the second I plugged in to charge this, it bumped us up to 30 watts turbo. So let's pop that baby right back down to 10 watts. We'll hear those fans start to decrease. Let's close it out. Let's just double check our settings. Make sure everything is at low. Go to graphics here. Low, 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 low. And we're going to not use any kind of upscaling or super sampling or sharpening of any kind. We're going to leave that to off for now and just see what we can get on 720p, lowest settings. So let's get right into it then. Alright, so we have a match found here. Looks like the game mode is infected. Let's get this a little closer to the screen here. The FPS counter is a little small, but right now it's displaying about 41 FPS. Oh God in heaven above. Well, we didn't last too long. So let's kind of watch it for a couple seconds here and just see what kind of frame rates we're getting. Looks like we're kind of hovering around the 40 to high 30s, not really going above about 45 FPS, 46 there for a second, but definitely playable. I'm gonna just kind of run around and jump into all kinds of weird stuff here just to see if I can get the frame rate to drop at all. But it seems like getting shotgunned in the head isn't going to affect that. In the kill cam here, I saw it drop to about 26, but it looks like you're going to have a good time with this running at these settings without any kind of FSR or anything like that. On a regular map, multiplayer map like this, kind of smaller maps, not necessarily Warzone, you're going to be doing just fine. Is it going to be ideal? No, I would say I would want to turn FSR on for this and tweak a little further to try to get to 60 FPS. But this is certainly playable, especially with VRR, which the Asus ROG Ally has. So let's go back into the settings and turn on FSR or some kind of sharpening to see if we can reach that 60 FPS. Alright, so we've turned on AMD FSR 2.1 here. We're going to set it to performance now. Our options are ultra performance, performance, balanced, and quality. I don't think quality is going to do much for us FPS wise, and also ultra performance looks like absolute dog water. So let's try performance and see if that does anything for us. Apply the settings. I think we got the finishing kill cam here on the match, but we can already see that the FPS there had bumped up to around the low 50s. So let's get into the next match and see if that is sustainable. Alright, so here we are in the next match. Again, it is an infected match. So we should have the AMD FSR 2.1 on now, and we are still seeing in that top display around 44, 45 FPS, so not a great deal of difference thus far. So I would say with that, let's bump it to ultra performance and see if that does anything for us. Alright, we bumped it to ultra performance, and you can see here getting around the same FPS. So we know now that this is not a limit because of the system, it's a limit because of the wattage we've set it at, because of the 10 watts we've set it at. So at 10 watts, at low settings, this game is completely playable. I wouldn't say it's the greatest time, and especially on a small screen, I'm dog water at this game, but it's 100% playable. You want to play the campaign on this or play just some kind of casual multiplayer game modes, you are not going to have a bad time with this on 10 watts. So with that, let's move up to 15 watts and see what we can get out of this bad boy. Alright, so here we are back in the game. We've turned FSR back to off. All the same settings otherwise, except we've boosted that wattage here to performance mode, which is 15 watts here on the ROG Ally. Let's see the difference we're getting now. Okay, right off the bat, if we can take a look here, we're already getting high 70s to low 80s just by boosting the wattage by 5 watts. Now I'm going to do terribly and not get any kills. Oh no, Homelander. But yeah, we're sticking around that high 70s, low 80s. Yeah, I'm not going to get any kills here, and I'm not even going to try. Looks like the highest we're getting is around 80. Oh, we just hit, because we ran up against a door there and not have to render anything, but we got low 90s there. So bumping to 15 watts, we're at low everything. We have some headroom here because we don't have FSR on at all or any kind of image sharpening. We're on basically all low settings, but we would definitely be able to boost some stuff to medium while still getting above 60 FPS. So let me just stand here for a second. Let's go in our settings. Let's bump a few things in the graphics. So anti-aliasing, let's bump that to normal from low, texture resolution, normal from low, particle quality high. Let's bump one more thing. Let's go shader quality medium. We'll call that good. Apply those settings. Okay, those settings should be applied. And it looks like our FPS is no different. We're getting about the same FPS. So yeah, we definitely got some headroom. You could comfortably bump, I would probably guess almost everything to medium at 15 watts and still be getting a good 60 or so FPS. And then, of course, factoring in FSR 2.1, you can really get something out of this device at 15 watts in titles like this. So we're going to call that there. I'll save myself the embarrassment of getting, going like 0 and 15. But this device is really capable in this game. And this game runs really well in general, especially on AMD hardware, so I'm not surprised by this result. But it is impressive. It is impressive that you can get mobily going around, so I don't have to be plugged in here to get that 15 watts. I can walk around. I'm not going to get good battery life, but I can walk around and play Modern Warfare 2 at low to medium settings between, depending on my exact settings, 60 and almost 90 FPS. So that's the result here from Modern Warfare 2. In the next video, we're going to move on to Fortnite, which has quite a few options as well for how we can tweak and set the graphics. It even has some really new and very cool and interesting features graphically from Unreal Engine, like Nanite and Illumin, which are really, really cool and can even bring a PC with a 4090 in it to its knees if you max everything out. So in the next video, we'll check out Fortnite, and then in the video after that, check out Exoprimal. So until then, thank you guys for watching. Let me know any other games or any other specific settings in these games that you'd like me to test before we move on. And I thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys all next time.